is being sung by the Chief Cliff Drummers. Thank you, Chief Cliff. Thank you. Please remain standing. We'll have our invocation with Francis Auld, Kootenai language instructor and cultural leader. Francis.
Kisu kiukit kapeniskit nekinin kelak smaknik. Sukit kokinen au san mitke. Kin kaya kaskat kin tikat kituk kriskas. Sen kisuk tahnan sak yakanak an kemeke. Everybody needs prayer, no matter what the situation is. So at this moment, we call on our God as we understand him for each and every one of us, that God will send his sacred spirits to each and every one of us and guide us throughout our life, to take us by the hand and walk us through it every day, to put the blessings before us with the hard work that we produce as individuals, as you did to achieve the point that you're at today. That we continue to pray each and every way, that we stay safe, that we stay healthy, and that our children that are coming, and the grandchildren and the great-grandchildren that are to be, as we set this foundation for them, that they'll be able to take a stance on that. And it'll be a bright future for each and every one of us in our families, in our relationship, and our friendship. Is niniko wasik tsaklis nikin in ya kasin knawaski kwit kanopika kin kom nakasok neha tsmaknik now san mietski. Sat witten kan kemik at kin sat samomas nis wasik tsaklis nis nupkanes winatis. Hins kom nakasok neyachne nikin in ya kasin knawaski kwit kanopika. Hi.
I'd like at this to be seated. Y'all may be seated. I'd like to, at this time, to introduce Chairman James Steele, Jr., who's going to give us a welcome and also a commencement speech. James is an enrolled member of our tribes here and serves as chairman. He was elected to his first tribal council term for the Hurley district in 2003. In 2006, he was elected as a tribal council chairman, and he is re-elected by his district and by the tribe in 2007. During his tenure, he has been active in the Flathead Basin Commission, the Upper Clark Fork Advisory Council, the Flathead Coalition board member. He's been elected as the vice chairman of the Montana-Wyoming Tribal Leaders Council. He's also been active member of the negotiating team for water rights, for Class 3 gaming negotiating team member. He's the alternate vice president of NCAI for the Rocky Mountain region. He's also chairman of Governor Brian Schweitzer's Tribal Transition Advisory Team. Jim graduated from the University of Montana with a bachelor's degree in political science. He's been a wonderful supporter of our college. He's been there to help us whenever we need help, constant support for us, and we wouldn't make the progress that we do if it weren't for his support and the support of the Tribal Council. So it's a pleasure to present to you the Honorable Chairman Jim Steele, Jr.
If I can, I would like to say a prayer for Peter Plant and the family. If you would join me as I say a prayer. Father, we pray for Peter Plant and his family this afternoon. We ask for your great Spirit, the Holy Spirit, to touch the family and touch Peter as the medical staff are working on him, and we just pray for just a speedy recovery and traveling mercies upon his family and upon himself. Thank you. I just want to welcome you all to the graduation ceremony 2008, Salish and Kootenai College. I graduated from Salish Kootenai College with a certificate in office education. That's a good thing and a bad thing. The good thing is I generally know how to write a letter. The bad thing is for my secretaries and administrative assistants, I constantly are correcting their letters. So, one of the things that I would like to share with you is the idea of our lives. On this, the last day of some of your education, and some of you it's another leg of your educational journey and professional journey. And I want to share with you a few things that I myself have learned, and some of the things I've learned from my elders, from my family, from close friends, and from my experiences in my education. As you walk your road of life, one of the most important things that I've learned to rely on is my elders. Elders in my family and elders in my community. One of the things I realize about my elders is that they're not perfect. They've gone through trials and tribulations and rough spots in their lives. And from that, we can gain the wisdom on how to face the trials and tribulations of our lives. The other thing is your faith, whether that's the Christian way, our native ways, or another faith. I believe everyone needs to have faith in something to see them through those difficult times in life and those difficult areas when you don't have anyone else to talk to, whether it's your sweat house or your church or your other faith. Personally, I pray to God, I pray to Jesus Christ in my personal time. Another part of a journey of your life is your experiences, the things that you experience in life. Every day you're experiencing something new and you're learning something different. And another part of that is your education. And many of you that are graduating today, this is one step in a greater endeavor in your education. And some of my relatives out there, I think you've been graduating for the last 30 years, so keep at it. In your life's journey, there are true friends, those friends that will give you guidance and tell you the things you need to hear and not the things you want to hear. I encourage you, find those friends that tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Because the friends that tell you what you need to hear are the ones that really care about you. The ones that just tell you what you need to hear or what you want to hear aren't really your friends. That's one little bit of nugget that I've learned. Another thing is find a mentor. Along my personal life's journey, I've had mentors in my life and elders. And it's kind of a reiteration of something I said a moment ago, but I can think of people in my life, particularly in my Salish and Honorary community. You know, Johnny Arlee's one of those folks, and Pat Pierre and Joe McDonald, those folks. My grandparents, Sweet Hurley and Sweet Steele and Josephine Morgeau and Eileen and Fred Decker, those are people that are mentors in my life. My Uncle Bearhead is also one of those folks. Along your life's journey, I'm going to be real blunt with you. Don't get a big head. Nobody likes somebody that's a legend in their own mind. Be humble. Some of the most important people in history were very humble people: Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Mother Teresa. They aren't people you would use the term big head. They were not big-headed people. They were big-hearted people, big, compassionate people, but yet they were important people in our history. Another part of your life's journey is you need to remember where you come from. One of the things that I learned right away as a young child and a young person amongst our Indian people is they always ask, who's your family? Where do you come from? So get to know where you come from, whether you're native or non-native. Get to know your ancestry. Get to know where you came from. Because when you get to know where you came from and your people and your ancestry and your history, it'll help you on your road. It'll help you on your journey. I ran out of my speech. I'm sorry. What I'm going to do at this point is tell you just a little tidbit of info as chairman of the tribes. Many people pursue the position and council for a lot of reasons. I will tell you, for a reason that I've pursued this particular path and the Creator set before me, is to serve my people. Purely that. I've been accused of making lots of money. I would like to take anyone in who said that to my house. But with that, I would like to wish every one of our graduates here, remember just a few, if one word is spoke to you from the little bit of words that I've said this morning, remember them and hold on to them and learn from them in your own way. And with that, I would like to congratulate every one of you that is graduating and wish you Godspeed in your future endeavors. Lem Lem Shpesia.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much. And we have a gift for you. On a cold day like this, Jim, we got this vest for you.
Thanks, Drew. Thank you.
Ooh, that's pretty. I'd like at this time to introduce Andrew Zimmer, who is the past Student Senate President, or still President, are you, Andrew? Not next year, he says. He's been very, very active, a wonderful leader of our students, and one that has given us a lot of help. And so he's going to do the student address. Andrew, I'll put this way up.
Thank you, Joe. A little bit higher. Well, good morning, everybody. I'm looking out. I know just about everybody out there. I've heard all your stories. I know where you came from. I know everybody right now is sitting there and you're thinking about all your past, everything that you've done to get here. I'm going to tell you a little bit of secret. You woke up this morning somebody that was defined by all the things you went through. And today you're going to walk out of here somebody new. Somebody that doesn't have any limitations. You know, when we're going through life, people tell us the things we can't do, and the doors that get slammed in our face. Today, you walk out of here with a key. A key to all the doors you couldn't open. You cannot think about anything in your life from this moment on compared to anything that you've been through before. This piece of paper does not represent your degree. It represents your dedication. It represents your blood, your sweat, and your tears, and what got you here. That is what you've proved to the world. This means that now the world looks at you as new people. You've proven that you can do anything. I know a lot of people out there thinking, I can't believe I'm here. Believe it. Because everybody out here, I know, like I said, just about everybody, and if I don't know you, I know your spirit that can't be broken, that would go through anything to get here. The one thing that I can tell you, the one thing that I will always impart to you is that now, from this day forward, you can have any of your hopes and any of your dreams, and nothing but yourself can stop you. Congratulations, 2008. Your family, your friends, the world salute you. So do I. Thank you.
That was great, Andrew. It's my pleasure now to introduce to you a Helena native who has dedicated his life to serving the people of Montana. As one of the most senior and influential members of the Senate, Max Baucus is constantly working across party lines to create good-paying jobs and to do what's right for Montana. One of Max's top priorities is working to make higher education more affordable so that all Montana children can attend college. He's a strong supporter of Pell Grants, strong supporter of tribal colleges. We go to him regularly, and he does what he can to help us. When we go back in the wintertime with students, he meets with the students. He's always there to help. Max is also a proponent of Johnston O'Malley programs, language immersion programs. He's also working to help make sure that all Montana children receive a quality education so they can go on to get good-paying jobs. Max knows that the key to a strong economic future and to staying competitive in the country and the world is a good education. So without further ado, it's my pleasure to introduce to you a man who has dedicated his life to public service, to doing what's right for our state, and is Montana's longest-serving senator. In Washington, D.C., they call him Mr. Chairman, but here at home we know him as Max. So ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Max Baucus.
Chief Cliff Drum, Octavia Finley, Agnes Kimmel, President McDonald, Chairman Steele, honored guests, family, and above all, members of the class of 2008. Congratulations on a great achievement, your college degree. Today I'd like to talk about courage. The great Ponca Chief White Eagle said, "So long as mist envelops you, be still. Be still until the sunlight pours through and dispels the mist. As surely it will. Then act with courage." Today, at this point in your life, you graduates have every right to feel, as the mist envelops you, you have every right to feel your future is unclear, but as that mist it lifts and the sun starts to shine, you'll then have opportunity to pursue the dreams that I've mentioned to you already, able to pursue the dreams that you want to achieve, and I ask you to have the courage to do just that. As surely as dawn follows the night, the sunlight will pour through. Act with courage. You may choose to act with courage by going for additional education, as right here at S&K. That takes courage. Your years here may have helped you to clear some of the mist that envelops you. Further education can help dispel the mist even more. As we look into the mist of the future, one thing is clear, and that's that education is central to the future of Indian nations. It is central to the future of Montana. It is central for all Americans. Schools in India and China are producing graduates, Masters of Business Administration, for example, at a rapid rate. We have to be able to compete. We in Congress need to help. We need to provide funding for successful programs like Johnson & Malley, as Joe McDonald just mentioned, which helps Native American students stand on equal footing with non-Indian and urban students. And Congress needs to do more for the tribal college and university system. As you all know, this system helps Native students to study in a familiar setting, and it helps to prepare them to go on to other colleges and universities for additional degrees. I will continue to fight for these goals, but I want you to continue too. And whether you continue in college or not, never stop learning. It is the key to so much. It opens so many doors in so many ways. One way or another, have the courage to continue to learn all of your life. It's critical, and besides, it's fun. And consider working to become a teacher. We need teachers to teach sciences and math so we can keep up with the world. Teaching takes courage too. As we look into the mist of the future, another thing that's clear is that health care will be more and more important. Health care is the basic need of a civilized society. America spends more per person on health care than any other nation in the world, and unfortunately, America does not lead the world in health care. We have some of the worst infant mortality rates, for example, of the developed world. We have to do much, much better. How can the most powerful and richest nation have such an abysmal health care record? As you all know, Indian health care needs on the reservation and in urban centers are even more dire, a whole lot more dire. I'm proud this year Congress passed the Indian Health Improvement Care Act. We did so by an overwhelming vote. The Finance Committee, which I chair, played a very important role. It took a long time to get here, but the victory was sweet. That will improve health care for American Indians, and it will do more. It was a victory for tribal sovereignty, a victory for tribal self-determination, a victory for Native nations throughout this country. It was a reaffirmation of Native American dignity, and it was a reaffirmation of the rightful place of Native Americans in American society. The Indian Health Care Improvement Act is a good start, but we must do more. Congress must do much more. Indian health care has been bought and paid for with tribal lands, and in some cases, the guarantee of health care is in the treaties between the United States and Indian tribes. This year, we in the Finance Committee will bring a major review of health care in the country. Massive, major. I hope Barack Obama is elected president, and if he is, he will submit a major health care proposal to our country, and we have to act it. And it will include universal coverage. All Americans should have health insurance, plain and simple. And Barack Obama and others and I will help make that happen. And Indian health care will be an integral, important part of that. So Indian health care gets the same attention as health care for the rest of America. I pledge to help make that happen too. And you can help. You may choose to act with courage by going to work in health care. That takes courage, and it is so important. And as we look into the mist of the future, another thing is clear. That's law enforcement will continue to be important. Law enforcement ensures that we can all live in safety. How can people make a life if they are concerned that someone will assault them on the way home? And how can a family sleep at night if they're concerned that someone may break into their home just to find money to support a methamphetamine habit? We in government need to strengthen tribal courts, the tribal police. Detention centers are sorely needed. What good is it to convict a felon if there's no place to house the perpetrator? These are questions that we have to answer in a responsible way, and we need to do it soon. Unfortunately, the President's budget cuts back in public safety and justice programs, and we have an obligation to Congress to restore those funds and make sure that the appropriate resources are there. And you can help there too. You may choose to act with courage by going to work in law enforcement. It takes courage, but it's important. And as we look into the mist of the future, another thing that's clear, that's we need more good, high-paying jobs. I have heard tribal leaders explain their plans for energy, economic development, and infrastructure. I've seen what successful economic development can provide, and we in leadership positions need to continue to work to see that there are those good-paying jobs right here in Montana and right here on the Salish, Kootenai, and the Flathead Reservation. We need those jobs here. Now, one of my goals is to keep working to the point where no college graduate, no high school graduate ever has to leave Montana to get a good-paying job. We're going to create the good-paying jobs in our state so we can enjoy our state in the great outdoors. Whatever you do, I want you to act with courage. When older people look back at their decisions early in life, they usually don't regret the times when they were too bold. They regret the times when they were too timid, when they failed to act, when they missed an opportunity, when they did not have courage. And so, do not be still for long. At your graduation here today, the mist is clearing. For it will not be long until the sunlight pours through to dispel the mist, as surely it will. And so, every day, and today is not too soon, when you see that sunlight, act with courage. Thank you very much.
Senator Baucus, an appreciation for all that you do for us and all that you've helped tribal colleges and our college. We want to present you with this gift.
Well, thank you, Joe, very much. Thank you. Thank you, Joe. I got to tell you, this means a lot to me. I cherish it. Thank you very, very, very much.
The American Indian College Fund has a donor that would like for tribal colleges to honor a teacher, a faculty member. And so I think this is our third year of this award. And so the panel wants to present this award this year to Pat Hurley. Pat would come up. Wow, Pat, what a following here. And your grades are already out. Well, Pat is really an innovative instructor, one that really meets the needs of students. And so, Pat, it's a pleasure to give you this check for $500. Right. Tell you.
First of all, I hope the faculty will share with me our best wishes for the Plant family. This is a real hard time for them. I get to teach the neatest course there is to the neatest people on earth, and you're giving me an award? All I can say is I hope that all of you have careers that are as satisfying and joyful as the ones that you've given me. Thank you.
Each year we select people for an honorary degree, and this year we'd like to give the award to Sophie Matt. So Sophie, you'd come forward, please. Sophie. And Patty, why don't you and Dana come up here and Sophie, we're really proud to award you the honorary degree from our college. It's the highest degree that we can award. You've dedicated your life to your family, your community, and to Kootenai culture. For many years, you've taught Kootenai language for our college, and we appreciate it very much and hope you'll continue to teach when called upon. Sophie grew up in the traditional Kootenai family where Kootenai was the first language and English was the second language. She attended school at St. Ignatius Ursuline Academy, Thompson Falls High School, and graduated from Polson High School. She married her husband Joe, Matt, and they were married 60 years and raised 4 children, Barbara, Dean, Randall Lee, and Rick. Sophie worked for the Kootenai Cultural Committee for 10 years, serving as a history writer. For 13 years, she worked in the elderly program. For the past 28 years, she lived in Big Arm. She watches young people grow up and urges them to listen to their elders. She sees the different challenges young people face today. She tries to do her part in seeing young people get the attention that they need. And so congratulations, Sophie. It's an honor for our college to give you this award. I don't know whether I should let her speak or not because she says she wants to get even with me. All right, Sophie.
I am honored to receive this degree. What I have to say to the graduating students, pursue your happiness and make something of yourselves and something of your education. It will help you to reach your goal. Thank you.
This year we are awarding our first degrees in elementary education. Up until this year we had a 2+2 program with University of Montana Western. This past year we received accreditation to go ahead with our own and award our own degrees, and it was largely due to a lot of the work of our faculty and the support of Linda McCulloch, who has been serving as our State Superintendent of Public Instruction for the past 8 years. She's presently a candidate for the Secretary of State. Linda has served Montana schools well during her 8 years of service. She's always put children first and politics second. Our education department worked closely with her in developing our own accredited bachelor program in elementary education. She was a great help and supporter of our effort. It's with her help that we're awarding today's bachelor degrees in elementary education. And it's an honor that she could be here with us for this event. She wanted to be part of it, and she wanted to say a few words. So it's a pleasure to present you, Linda.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. McDonald. Thank you, the faculty and staff at SKC and the Board of Directors, as well as the Tribal Council leaders and Chairman Steele, tribal elders, Senator Max Baucus, our own Senator Max Baucus, thank you. Parents, family, and friends here today, graduates, you're one speech away from getting that diploma. I confess, I love graduation ceremonies, kindergarten graduations, 8th grade graduations, high school, college, adult basic ed, GED, it doesn't matter. I love graduations. As a teacher, I've been to a lot of graduations and learned that most graduation speeches are much the same, which is a good thing. But today I'm going to try to do a couple different things. First of all, a lot of graduation speakers speak to the audience about you folks on the floor. Instead, I want to talk to you about them. For those of you who don't know me well, it took me almost 10 years to get my college degree. So those of you that are sitting on the floor and you're not 20 or 22 years old, I know how you feel. I know there's no way on earth I could have done it without the support of my husband, my family, and my friends. So now I need some help from the audience. Keep in mind you have an elementary school teacher. I did not bring the puppets today, but I do need you to help me with the speech. Will all of you who are parents, spouses, children or grandchildren of the graduates, would you please stand up? Or if you're unable to stand up, could you raise your hand? And keep standing. I'm not done yet. Keep standing. Keep standing. I'm not finished. Would the grandparents stand up? Brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles, other relatives, please stand up. Now, would the friends of the graduates please stand up? And also, would the teachers, the professors, the staff members here at SKC, would you please stand up? And if I have forgotten to mention anyone else who's been involved in the life of any of the graduates here, would you please stand up or raise your hand? Keep standing. I want you graduates to look around at the support system you have had. Without these folks, you wouldn't be sitting here today. And remember, these folks will continue to be your support system as you go on to the next step in your life. Join me in giving them an enthusiastic round of applause for all of their help and their support. Now you can sit down. And usually graduation folks, speakers will say to you, everything you needed to know you learned in kindergarten, or they may say something to you about everything you need to know you're going to learn after college in the real world. And I contend that you've been in the real world all the time, and you have used everything you've learned in the last 16, 25, 30 years to get you to today's point. The first and most important thing you learned, and remember, I'm not only an elementary school teacher, I'm an elementary school librarian. The most important thing you learned is how to read. So my advice to you is keep on reading. No matter what life has in store for you, even if you're one of those numbers people, keep on reading. You also learned to add and subtract. So the advice from this elementary school teacher is balance your checkbook and spend your money wisely. You've learned geography. My advice to you is to travel. I don't mean just Europe and China, but I mean Billings and Seattle and Ekalaka. You've learned about science. And here in Montana, that means this incredible natural environment we are blessed to live in. It also means the rain we are blessed with today. Actively appreciate our environment, whether it's hunting, fishing, camping, or just walking around and visiting your friends. You've learned about government, so I ask you to participate. And while that means voting, and as an elected official, I have to bite my tongue not to tell you how to vote, but it also means to go out and vote, volunteer on campaigns, get involved in issues. And finally, you've learned something about education. You learned about how you learn. So my advice to you is to keep learning. With science and technology changing rapidly, and with our ability to get more information faster than ever before, there is no time to stop learning. It is a wonderful skill. You take an English class, and you do not only learn about English, you learn something about what study methods and writing methods work for each one of you. You take a class in math, and you obviously learn math, those number things, but you also learn something about organizing things in your mind so that you can think about them one step at a time. So you did learn many things between kindergarten and college, but you also got an added special bonus at no extra cost. You learned how to learn. All this time that your professors have been preparing you for this graduation day, they have taught you more than just their subjects. They have prepared you for what they couldn't teach you. They helped you get the discipline, the skills, and the technique. You go out to learn what the world is going to teach you and continue to teach you. Today, we are celebrating the first class of graduates from SKC's School of Education. Yes! Where are those graduates? Oh, there you are. Oh, they look so good. You're going to look so good in a classroom. You really are. Being a teacher is a huge responsibility, and I am so proud and appreciative of those of you who decided to take on this challenge. Remember that it will be you who serves as the safety net for thousands of kids. You will be a teacher, life coach, mentor, counselor, friend, an educator, and so much more to your students. Even with the many challenges of being an educator, you will get more back from your students than you ever expect. Thank you for choosing to be a teacher, and thank you to SKC for pursuing this degree program. Today is a very special moment for all of you. This piece of paper you are about to receive is unlike any you will ever hold. It is not simply a sign that you completed your coursework or passed some tests, although it was a good thing you passed those tests. And though it is invaluable in helping you to get a good job, it is more than a mark on your resume. It truly represents the recognition from this community, from your friends and family, and most importantly, for yourself, of your ability to overcome all the obstacles, all the discouraging events, all the injustices that you may have faced. I want you to take a moment, graduates, a moment right now, and think about that one time, and maybe you had more than, I had more than one time, I had 10 years of those times, and sat down and thought to yourself that you were never going to make it. Think of that time. Now look around, graduates, at your classmates and your friends and family. Make sure that you lock this moment away in your memory. Here is tangible proof that you all can do anything, that you can truly overcome any challenges. This is a moment for you to be proud. Your education is truly important. However, I do have a favor to ask. This is the elementary school teacher. I ask you to pass on what you have learned, to pass on your focus on education and your courage and your determination to pursue it. Those graduates who have children or will have children, teach them the importance of education. Read to them, help them with their homework, encourage them to make the most of school. So graduates, I wish you all the very best in the years to come. Go forth and do good things. And thank you for allowing me to share this day with you today.
Linda, we have a gift for you, and I want you to use this on your trips, and there's even a little money in it. It's a beaded purse, and Anita said we can't give a purse without putting money in it. I had 37 cents.
I was going to say, we better be careful here, there's laws.
This time I'd like to present Alice Chemra, who's going to present the class. Alice?
Graduates, you're the very first to graduate from our wonderful facility, our new facility here. And I would like to acknowledge Dr. Mike O'Donnell, who got the resources together to provide this facility. And Mike, I don't know, Mike had a toothache. I don't know if he's here. I want to thank the board members who are here today, our chair, Patty Stevens, Vice Chair Dana Hewenkorn, Bob Foudy is over there, and I'm sure there's other board members in the audience. I would like to present the faculty at Salish Kootenai College. Please stand. We have an excellent, the best qualified, the best faculty in the Northwest or the West, and they're as happy and proud as you are today. Distinguished guests, friends and family, I present the graduating class of 2008. They have met the standards of their degrees and certificates in accordance with Salish Kootenai College and Northwest Commission of Colleges and Universities. Graduates, please stand. Now you may sit and come up according to the way you rehearsed.
Okay, let the show begin.
Ernestine Bowman, University of Western, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Shani Bell, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Echo Brown, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Bonnie Perry, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. William Monroe, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Alina P. Graves, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Jessica Francis Racine, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Felicia May Paul, Bachelor of Science, Elementary Education. Francine F. Van Manen, Associate of Science, Elementary Education. Danielle Lene Green, Associate of Science, Elementary Education. Heather M. Croft, Associate of Science, Elementary Education. Rose Ardell Garuli, Associate of Science, Elementary Education. Juanita Irvin, Associate of Arts, Early Childhood Education. Lindsay Everett, Associate of Arts, Early Childhood Education. Joyce Ann Mitchell, Associate of Arts, Early Childhood Education. Stacy June Marchand, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Shane Bird Dominguez, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Nashay Siobhan Wellman, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Vincent H. Badbear, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Paula Gibbon, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Julian Manyhides, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Richard S. Williamson, Bachelor of Science, Information Technology. Rain Charette, Associate of Science, Computer Science. Letitia Starkle, Certificate of Completion, Digital Arts and Design. Christopher Conrad Morjo, Certificate of Completion, Digital Arts and Design. Teresa Shoemaker, Certificate of Completion, Digital Arts and Design. Mark A. Manthe, Associate of Science, Engineering Graphics. Charles L. Bird III, Bachelor of Science, Forestry. Zachary J. Underwood, Bachelor of Science, Forestry, Bachelor of Science, Restoration Ecology. Lisa M. Bigby, Associate of Science, Forestry, Associate of Science, Restoration Ecology. Reba A. Hawkins, Associate of Science, Forestry. Joseph White Shield Elfie, Associate of Science, Forestry. Sean Lynn Quiver, Associate of Science, Forestry. Cheryl A. LaRock, Bachelor of Science, Environmental Science. Shayla Linnea Frank, Associate of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife. Bachelor of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife. Michael J. Blackwolf, Associate of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife. Matthew James Nicolai, Associate of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife. Amy Langford Kaufman, Associate of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife. Spoosman F.G. Wilder, Associate of Science, Fisheries and Wildlife. Susan Left-Hand Dowdle, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Lindsay Acey, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Wynette Rosemary Keniston, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Renee L. Running Crane, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Marina Running Crane, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Fernanda Shea, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Merlin Steady, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Joyce Eleanor Three Fingers, Bachelor of Arts, Social Work. Jackie Swain, Bachelor of Arts, Business Entrepreneurship. Lori Jean McDonald, Bachelor of Arts, Business Entrepreneurship. Carrie Lou Nicole Larson, Bachelor of Arts, Business Entrepreneurship. Sherry Dullinger, Bachelor of Arts, Business Entrepreneurship. Jessica Michelle Conco, Associate of Arts, Business Management. Siobhan Macook, Associate of Arts, Business Management and Certificate of Completion, Native American Studies. Angela V. Red Star Bush, Associate of Arts, Business Management. Richard X. Walks Over Ice, Associate of Arts, Business Management. Jeremy D. Hauk, Associate of Arts, Business Management. Danelle Jean Bighair, Associate of Arts, Business Management and Certificate of Completion, Medical Office Clerk. Tessa Y. Fish, Associate of Arts, Business Management. Tarina Lynn Blackman, Associate of Arts, Business Management. Lisa M. Sackett, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Bonnie J. Homan, Bachelor of Science, Nursing. Angela Nicolai, Associate of Science, Nursing. Jeannie Michelle Livingston, Associate of Science, Nursing. Elisa Lamb, Associate of Science, Nursing. Jamie Carolyn Beaudry, Associate of Science, Nursing. Jennifer Curry Datine, Associate of Science, Nursing. Aaron R. Johnson, Associate of Science, Nursing. Jennifer Marie Freudenberg, Associate of Science, Nursing. Lucinda Marie Love, Associate of Science, Nursing. Margaret A. Martineau, Associate of Science, Nursing. Jenna Lynn Weidman, Associate of Science, Nursing. Myra J. Lyman, Associate of Science, Nursing. Jessica Lynn Racine, Associate of Science, Nursing. Janine M. Allard, Associate of Science, Nursing. Janine Perkins, Associate of Science, Nursing. Jody England, Associate of Science, Nursing. Michelle Elizabeth Meininger, Associate of Science, Nursing. Debbie L. Colgan, Associate of Science, Nursing. Jenny Bernice Ross, Associate of Science, Nursing. Janaea May McGreevy, Associate of Science, Nursing. Randy Lynn Anderson, Associate of Science, Nursing. Amelia Adams, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Wendy Nomi, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Tashina Michaela Big Crane, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Brenda R. Shepard, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Amanda M. Irvin Louis, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Carly Maria Bird, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Lisa C. Left Hand, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Arliss A. Harding, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Pius Takes Horse, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Donna Ruth Thompson Acom, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Margaret Mary Sheridan, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Moses Delaroy Yellow Robe III, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Crystal Gail Grant, Associate of Arts, Liberal Arts. Naomi Ann Wood, Associate of Arts, Psychology. Derek Jagger Buddy Damon, Associate of Arts, Psychology. Shauna Bell Smith, Associate of Arts in Psychology. Shondi Gillen, Associate of Arts, Psychology. Colleen Lynette Tennis, Associate of Applied Science, Office Professions, and Certificate of Completion, Medical Office Clerk. Alicia Marie Matt, Associate of Applied Science, Office Professions. Dawn M. Brown, Associate of Applied Science, Office Professions, and Certificate of Completion, Medical Office Clerk. Eileen Ray Wellknown, Certificate of Completion, Office Professions. Julie Leone McDonald, Certificate of Completion, Office Professions. Angelica Sue Mendoza, Certificate of Completion, Office Professions. Janelle Jefferson Mays, Certificate of Completion, Office Professions. Erin Jennison, Certificate of Completion, Office Professions. Brenda Green, Associate of Applied Science, Office Professions. Allison Ray Grant, Certificate of Completion, Medical Office Clerk. Catherine L. Sanford, Certificate of Completion, Medical Office Clerk. Loretta Gray Cloud, Associate of Applied Science and Certificate of Completion, Dental Assisting Technology. Carmelita A. Matt, Associate of Applied Science, Certificate of Completion, Dental Assisting Technology. Jodana R. So, Associate of Applied Science and Certificate of Completion, Dental Assisting Technology. Curtis M. Ald, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Worker Training. Brian D. Bronshow, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Daniel X. Derglow, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Justin Finley, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Vincent Fox, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Levi Goings, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Tim Jeffries, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Benjamin McNair, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Ramon G. Rios, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Jim Earl Sparks, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Antone Tallbull, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Barry A. Whiteman, Certificate of Completion, Highway Construction Training. Thomas J. Maestas, Certificate of Completion, Building Trades. Marty J. Small, Certificate of Completion, Building Trades.
Are the drummers ready? We'll have a closing prayer. Alec Quickwesue, a prayer leader for the Salish, is going to do a closing prayer. Alec?
Sure. Thank you, Joe. Lam shet khwatsin yak qetula qani a qachut awit khwal qasusikhult kmiyat la sta khlos teltik khumi liqtionunum kmiyat khwas sta khlos taqasin laptum stuklas ya liqskolum tutchano pasta khlosi esya tuskhumi mayam spot qaslamtum قلت سيات السمايات سيات قسن قالي And thank our Creator this afternoon for allowing us to come together to hear, to witness a graduation of Salish Kootenai College. We ask blessings for all of your people that come to join you today. We ask blessings for all of your instructors to bring you to where you are today. We ask blessings for all of the graduates this afternoon. Kami taksan putmos lucio nuis. Kami les takolos. Xio yo te lucia. Tohel kepachot. Tohel lesia to kesen kweli. Kutonto kexpoos lietel. Les takolos yetel. Houtiest kome yetsen yag okay. Uchuyusen tumtsen tsale. Kasia mkakasbos mistem tukekwalan zot nakakas choch austum. Milchen wat schemel stoich. Lamlam stukwin kwalan zoten. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Elke. Remember the reception and upstairs right after the graduation. Also, starting at 5 will be a feed, and at 7 o'clock will be the grand entry for our powwow. So are the drummers ready?